That was a big he wanted to see because of the dysfunction.
Right.
When he met with Magic, that was a big thing. Now, I was told that Magic has really, dispelled a lot of their fears about the dysfunction and things like that. Some people have said if Magic were still president, this would be done. He'd already be a Laker. But I think if he doesn't go to the Lakers, which I do think he will do, then it could be a one-year deal, 1-1 with the Raptors, and he'll want to see about next year with the Lakers. But here's the thing. He grew up, the Lakers were his favorite team, wanting to play for them. Kobe was a hero of his, and now you have the opportunity to do it. It's hard to see him passing that up.
So he loved Kobe.
He was a Kobe fan.
You think Kobe's called him?
I don't know because Kobe's so attached to Rob Pelinka. And Pelinka has not been a huge part of this process.
He has not.
No. If Kawhi goes there, it'll be, not that he has anything against Pelinka, but it'll be like Pelinka's not a driving force in this. The two people Lakers fans should thank the most if this happens is Magic Johnson and LeBron James.
Since 2010, we've had 7 different NBA champs. People are freaking out. I still contend, even if they get Kawhi, they should be a favorite, but they'll have no bench. If they don't get Kawhi, I don't feel like LeBron, AD, and Kuzma are a title team.
Well, if they don't get Kawhi, then it's just wide open. And I'd say they could be as good as the Clippers. They could be as good as the Warriors. They could be as good as the Rockets and the teams in the East. Like, it'll be open. You know what I mean? And so the Lakers will be fine. Obviously, they'll be tremendous if they get Kawhi, but they'll be fine without him because you still have LeBron and AD. You still have 2 of the top, 5, 7 players in the world.
I talked about this to start my show today. I said we see parity as we see mobility as a parity killer. It's a parity creator. In college basketball, when we didn't have mobility, UCLA won 10 titles in 12 years.
Right.
Okay, now players have options because America is the country that demands options, and when you give them to us, we use them.
You're right, because in the 80s in the NBA, which was the golden era, there was no mobility. And you had 5 teams make the finals.
And
not just win it, make it.
Okay, and about 2 dominated the league.
Right. The Celtics and the Lakers won 8, I believe, of the 10 years.
Think about this. Kevin Durant's leaving a dynasty. Jimmy Butler's leaving a better team. Kyrie left LeBron. When you give Americans, especially Americans with talent, options, we take it. This is not, I said this earlier. When I go to a grocery store, I'm not a huge milk drinker, but I have literally crossed grocery stores off my list if you don't have multiple milks. I want oat, I want almond, okay. Like in America, I'm demanding options. If you can't give me in your bundle sports, then I won't buy your bundle, your Hulu, your Amazon bundle. So my point is, in the NBA, we're all fearful because these players get together, but they also leave faster than ever.
Right. And look, the super team era, what ends up happening is you get the best of both worlds. It's always great to have a villain or a dynastic type team, somebody that people can love and hate. So you had Miami, you had, the Golden State Warriors. The thing is, those 2 teams, we had the team we want to love or hate, which draws, people to the sport. But then, like you said, you also had competitiveness and parity. Because I was surprised, I hadn't thought about it, but you're right, 7 of the 10 of the teams that have won it this decade have been different teams.
Yeah.
The Miami Heat super team did not dominate like expected. They won 2 out of 4.
They needed a Ray Allen, like a Bobby Thompson home run. They needed a Ray Allen shot to win 2.
Right.
They really should have won 1 of 4.
If you had told me the night LeBron decided he was going to Miami that they were going to win 2 of the next 4 titles, I would have said, that's it? That would have sounded like a disappointment. Golden State, they won 2 out of 3 with Kevin Durant. Not 3 straight.
and trailed the second year to the Rockets and probably lose until Chris Paul gets hurt.
Possibly.
The big three in Boston, one title.
Right.
They never last as long as we think. Like New England is just, we thought the Seahawks dynasty was going to last forever. Then the defense didn't like the offense, got mad at Pete Carroll. We thought the Niners with Harbaugh were going to last forever. And then the owner and the GM. These super teams and these young dynasties, there's a lot, players are richer than ever. There's more social media gassing up. They just break up sooner.
And you know what it does, too? It creates storylines. The NBA is riding off, and this tremendous growth in popularity is based on storylines. I think David Stern, I've said before, he's the greatest commissioner in American sports. I thought he had obstacles in his path that the NFL and Major League Baseball did not have. So, and the way he grew the NBA was by marketing individuals.
Yeah.
Okay, that is morphed now in this day and age into storylines. And that is what is driving the NBA. Everybody's interested in the storyline. Last year was a great season, even though we all felt Golden State was going to win it, because you had all these storylines. And what this movement creates are storylines. So if Kawhi goes to the Lakers, that's a tremendous storyline. And everybody's going to be interested in it.
And about the time we have fatigue with it, they'll break up.
Well, LeBron may be retired, or may retire, or his contract will be up, and we'll see what he does next. But yeah, it's.
How about this? How about I will say this: the two teams in this league that I'm just tip of the cap. The Pelicans have literally transformed the franchise in 3 weeks.
Right.
And the Utah Jazz, I got to tell you something. They were already good. They literally solved every problem they had. Derek Favors was good but expensive. Oh, let's get a cheaper version, Ed Davis.
Right.
We need a point guard who can shoot. Let's get Mike Conley. We could use another outside shooter, Bogdanovich. And they were good last year. They're going to
be tough.
They go 8 deep of guys.
Would you like to see a Milwaukee-Utah final?
I got to be honest. I ski a lot, so I'm in Utah a lot. I watch a ton of Jazz games. I like well-run sports.
The Jazz are they've had a tremendous summer. I think the Jazz, and you might disagree with my other team, Philadelphia.
So we got into this thing. They've let go of 8 shooters in 2 years. Now, they'll be the best defensive team in the league. That goes without question.
Defensively.
And you know what I think they've done in Philadelphia? So they draft the kid from Washington who can't shoot, and they get Horford, and they get Embiid. They're just trying to get through Giannis. What they're saying is, we know we're going to meet Giannis for the next 7 years. So Simmons is long, and Embiid's long, and the kid they drafted out of Washington's long, and Al Horford's big. They're just getting big because they sense, it's almost like when Shaq was in the West. Like Portland's like, Arvydas Sabonis is your only hope. You knew, it's...
Well, look, Josh Richardson can shoot. He's not J.J. Redick, but he's a good shooter. He's athletic. Tobias Harris can shoot. Not a straight-up knockdown shooter, but he can shoot it well. Al Horford can stretch the floor and shoot. And I've said for the past 2 years, you've heard me multiple times, Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid are not mature enough yet to win big. Now you bring in Al Horford. Teach them, show them how to be professional. That solves a lot of their problems. And if I'm Philadelphia, this is the year I'm kind of deciding, okay, can I keep Embiid and Simmons together? If Embiid is injured again, has intestinal problems again, can't get through the season essentially healthy, then I have to really look at, and if I go out early in the playoffs, can I go forward with these two?
Yeah.
And if not, Embiid might be the one I have to move. Here's the thing about Simmons, too. We all talk about he's got to add the jump shot. What he needs to do as well is stay aggressive. If he plays aggressive all the time and has that mentality, he can largely override his lack of a jumper, just like he did against Brooklyn.
Right.
When Jared Dudley called him out, he came out and had 30 points because he was aggressive. If a guy is laying off of me 5 or 6 feet and he's back in the paint, if I'm aggressive and I go at him, I can either go past him or over him at 6'10", or help comes and I'm a great passer so I can pick the defense apart that way. So if Simmons stays aggressive, he can override his lack of even a jump shot, period. And I think he can buy a little time before he really becomes comfortable shooting.
16 teams in this fan bases in America are energized today with their NBA team, so I think we're in a good spot. Chris Broussard, great seeing you, bud. Joy with the news.
No.